start out there? The first, last week. So what do you tell them?
I was gonna just go put this like in front of Jerry. Does it have like a stand?
No, I told you you needed to print one. We never
Okay.
printed one.
Well, I'll just put it in front of Jerry then.
Joanne will wait till he helps me.
Oh, yeah, I know Joanne.
I keep hollering at her, Joanne!
Isn't she nice?
Yeah, she is.
I'll get it fancier. For now, that's just working. That's my trumpet.
It must be. We'll just see what happens.
I still have to 3D print something.
But he wasn't sure. He goes, I've done
I
it
assume,
worse.
yeah. I was thinking that it would be like someone tried to stop him from actually doing it, and then he'd have to leave. You know, like a repo. You
This guy's
can't
loud.
disturb the peace.
Right, this guy's loud anyways, so I'm just like, so was he beat? But when he said he started yelling there, I'm gonna sue everybody, I was like, okay, he's mad, so,
Yeah.
but I'm not worried. I'm sure.
Sue anyone for anything. Doesn't mean anything.
So, here we
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
It has
Next
begun.
meeting, like,
No, I'm just kidding. It's my nerve, so
Stop
it's okay.
it.
It's not.
Frank works in your building? Is there,
My dad
Taylor?
used to work there.
No Taylor that I know of.
okay. I have a nephew, relation, he was in the sewing department. And he could have
Weird,
changed, I
because my
don't know.
dad and my mom's
Who's in
third
charge of that
husband
now?
work together.
We don't really have a supervisor right
Know
now. We
each
have
other.
Andrew Talkie.
Eventually they knew each other through
Something
you.
like that. He's filling
No.
in for right now.
No, Dad died in '77. He was pretty young. I forgot to tell you. Did I tell you that Janelle, she still has a home?
The way she talks, okay, she did.
Good, because she still thinks she's going home and she's still gonna get her dog back, so.
Mom and I were talking about that on the way home. Mom goes, obviously she doesn't know that she's not coming home. She told Mom Sunday, she goes, I just feel like I won't be here much longer.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and Mom's like, did
She
doctors
goes
tell
up
you
and
that?
down.
She goes, no, it's just a feeling. So,
She goes up and down. She has really good days, and Michelle knows when it's a bad day because she calls her, where are you?
well, she took Michelle was coming Sunday.
Hey,
So she
Jerry,
must have forgot or
do you
didn't
happen to know what the red
Michelle.
stone or RD stone is for Arcadia on the bills?
Pardon?
The RD stone for Arcadia, do you know what that is?
We were there for 2 hours.
So Michelle goes all the time, and nobody else. She has to beg Doug.
That's what Janelle said.
Doug. She can get Doug and Karen to come back once a month. That's she. No, excuse me.
I was gonna ask Chad, but I see that he's
Rhonda?
Rhonda.
probably not gonna be here since we got the.
No,
Yeah.
Tara's mom.
Well, Mom texted Rhonda.
Rhonda was
She's
the
like,
one with
we're
Bill
gonna go
Rose.
see, we were gonna go see. Rhonda plans probably doesn't need to Sunday. No big deal, we didn't have any plans this weekend. And Mom's like, she goes, and usually after lunch is the best time.
Don't let her tell you shit. She don't ever go.
We didn't care. So, and but Mom didn't know, I didn't know the time that she did. Mom didn't know, so that's why she was, got a hold of Mom.
Pretty much describes me.
So,
That's how I am, all that time.
we walked in and Mom goes, Janelle, she goes, it's Nanette.
Yeah, tired.
And she goes, oh, Mom, get over here, give me a, Meg just cried. It was so cool.
Michelle was so grateful.
But she
She
said,
was
will you
sick the
come
whole
back and see
time.
me?
Mm.
Of course we will. Anytime, seriously. Yeah.
I keep, when
Table hog.
I know.
I went there and I took her videos.
She
of
said, you
Rosie.
were there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were showing each other their, you know, best of
Ooh, mine's still full from today.
Yeah, I just.
No, that was from last Thursday.
I know, last Thursday.
Just listened. It was
That,
great.
did you see the picture, Rosie? I got her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sent mom over the photo.
Oh, yeah.
I told her, I said, you should
That
come.
bow was added on.
Yeah, I would.
Michelle's daughter did that.
Aw.
I might have said,
I
no,
wanted
who cares?
to not
You know,
think that she
The
is.
meeting hasn't
You
started.
know, certain papers, which she is. I mean, my gosh.
Yeah.
What?
I think told me one, I can't remember.
Ethan.
Ethan
Lockery.
Lockery, okay.
That's my wife, Ethan.
Okay.
She's the good part of the
I was
family.
gonna bring
You can't
Rosie
date
there
her.
to see her.
I'm married, so.
Now he's blushing.
Okay.
Never gonna turn around
The
again.
agreement was I was gonna take her until she was.
Okay, let's get started.
Things are a bit more lively back here.
Okay, pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Roll call. Annette.
Yep.
Ashley.
Yep.
Nikki.
Yes.
Gail.
Oh,
Me-
yeah.
Gail.
Nice to meet you.
I better turn my hearing aids up.
Okay. Okay, approved consent agenda. Anybody got any questions for the,
I actually have a bunch of questions.
Okay.
On the bills, there was something for Arcadia limestone, the RD stone, what is that?
The sand that we get to spread in the wintertime?
It's sand.
Yeah.
Okay,
But that's not how they word it on their bill, so I always put what's on the bill.
okay. I was just making sure, cause I know that we did get one a couple months ago for the little chips,
Mm-hmm.
so I was just making sure.
Yep.
Also, did we ever figure out why the community center says negative
No, I haven't been able to work
67?
with Melinda yet.
All right, or
It's
the
on
fire
my
department?
list. Nope, it's on my list of things that I need to get it with her with.
Okay, and then when does the lost tax get divvied up?
That's already at the end of the year.
It's at the end of the year?
Mm-hmm.
So when does it get put in?
It's already been transferred. We approved transfers
Okay, cause
the
it shows
June
that
meeting or
there's,
July
Yeah,
meeting.
July meeting.
June, because July is.
That's when our first of the year
Yeah,
starts
we
in
have to
July.
pass a resolution for transfers.
okay, cause it shows that there's like 23,000 still in the lost.
Oh, there shouldn't be.
So that's why I was wondering.
Well, we get lost throughout the year. We get it every month.
Okay. But that
And then at
much?
the end of the year, yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
And then at the end of the year, because we're the third month into the new year.
Right,
So
okay.
yes, that would be right. That's
Alright.
why that says that. And
Okay,
then at the end of the year, we put it in all the pockets.
all right. That was all my questions.
Okay.
The capital projects funds, that's the same,
I haven't worked with
yeah,
Melinda yet.
yeah,
That's
you're
on
fine.
my list of things to
You're
do,
fine,
yeah.
you're fine, you're fine. R&R septic,
That's our porta potty
Toilet
right over there at
pots.
the park.
I wondered why
And
we
that's
had a
gonna be
porta
picked
potty.
up here within the next week.
Okay, where are we at as far as getting that thing?
We're getting closer.
Okay. Okay. And on the Kubota repair, we're gonna have to put that on the agenda to be looking at
Replacing it.
replacing it, because we
Yeah.
can't be spending $1,800 there and then $380 down to Western Iowa
Yeah.
every year to keep that thing running. Now, it would be great to keep, we can't get anything out of it, it'd be great to keep
Yep.
for
Isn't
light duty.
Isn't that something that we talked to Chad about, maybe putting in the, places that we have to mow that get so high?
Yes,
Right.
that's why we wanna keep it.
Right.
But we'll
Yeah.
have to get a new one, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, yep, yep,
And use it to push snow.
yeah, it's got a
On
lot
the
of
sidewalks
hours.
uptown,
Yeah.
they use it to push.
yeah, that would
Use
be
it.
excellent.
Yeah, that way we don't have to worry the new one. Yeah.
So can we get Chad maybe to call around and get
Well,
bids?
we was
that's-
going to, we have a price, but we were gonna see at the end of the mowing season, see if maybe the prices will drop a little
Oh,
bit
Yeah.
that's right.
before we go and
Okay.
buy one, so.
That's all I have.
Smart thinker.
Okay, I need a motion to approve
I'll
the
make a
consent
motion.
agenda. Nikki made a motion, second by
I'll second.
Ashley. All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Okay, motion passed. Okay, monthly reports, library board.
I apologize for not getting this to you sooner, but we'll just go over it together.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, so, well, the library's, in my opinion, doing fine. The circulation's down a little bit, but school started, kids are busy, people are doing football, they're not reading books, so that's all good. We're still doing quite a few interlibrary loans, program attendance has been pretty good, we get, 6 or 8 kids after school. On bingo days, we get 20 people, so that's good. We have 2 teen programs coming up for the Library Association. We're gonna do one in Jefferson at the theater and one at the Grand Junction Community Center. It's a Halloween type program, Edgar Allan Poe type deal. I've got my county report submitted, it was due in September. State report's due at the end of this month. I wanna get it done this week, I'm not sure that's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try, 'cause, we have a new board member you approved last month. We haven't met yet this month, we're gonna meet Friday. Other than that, my son's surgery is next week, so I'll be gone Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Suzanne will be working. And if everything goes well, I'll be back the following week.
Okay, any questions?
I can keep you on prayer.
Yeah.
I just have a comment. Actually, according to last year's numbers, you're actually up quite a bit.
Yes, yeah, we are. We're just down
So-
from last month, but yes,
Right.
our circulation is way better than the last couple of years. It's,
Right, so you're doing fabulous.
thank you. Nobody ever tells me I'm fabulous, so thank you.
What's a unique visitor? Am I a unique visitor?
You know,
Depends on how you act.
A unique.
I think it's someone that hasn't visited before. I think it's someone that hasn't looked at that stuff before.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't really know about all those numbers, to be honest. I get a report and I just put them back on the paper.
They didn't say weirdo, they said unique. Sorry, Gail.
I unique on you.
I'm thinking it's someone that hasn't looked into our Wi-Fi in the past.
Yeah.
Is what I think it is.
I'm just kidding, I think
Oh.
you're unique.
Well, thank you. Okay, community center, they're,
All she had was, she sent me an email, hold on, I gotta find it. She said, not much to report, September was mostly general rental stuff. We have started to work on taking the old stage lights down that no longer work, and we'll get the new lights up.
okay,
That's all I got.
okay. Public Works, everybody got the sheet from Chad.
So they're taking down the trees now, that,
They're
is that
starting,
mirror? Is that mirror?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He
Starting to take 'em
started,
down.
he started over here to, oh, Stubby's.
Stoobies, yeah.
They took that big tree that was really dead and rotten. Then they took one down on State, where the fence is.
How many we got left to go, do you think, Jerry?
Oh, quite a few. I couldn't tell the exact number, because he's gonna be here till Thursday or Friday, then he's got to go some other town. So,
Okay.
he's taking that one on Lincoln Street tomorrow, he said, but Caleb's
One in
tree.
his front yard.
Yeah, so, okay. Parks,
Oh, one other thing, when you see Chad, we're finding these little thin metal strips.
Oh, I should have brought them.
Oh,
I had a whole
street
pile.
sweeper.
It's from the street sweeper.
All, they're coming from the street sweeper. Now, I assume,
That's the little brushes that goes around and around and
they're all
on
over
the,
the
along the
place.
curb.
yeah, and it's not just a few of them, it's a lot of them.
Oh.
So they may be, that may be
They're fairly
something that's
new,
worn
they're
out.
fairly new
We
ones.
just bought them last year.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I'll
You
ask
do
him.
a lot though, too.
Better make
But-
a note, Jerry.
I'll talk
If
to
you
him
see
about
Chad,
it.
tell him that they're all over this town.
okay.
Okay.
Parks. Okay, Parks gazebo. We voted this company from Carroll to do it, and he came over and he's gonna start. There's a lot more damage to it than he thought, and he said he wouldn't put his name on it, and he wanted more money for it. And he said he'd hold our check for half of it until we heard back from us. But 2 days after we
Paid them.
paid him, he cashed it, so we're going after our money in that. She said he put some paint up there at the gazebo, but nobody's seen any paint up there,
No.
so.
I'm there every day with the
Yeah,
dog.
so,
I never
I
saw
mean-
paint there.
Yeah, we gave him till October 18th to reply, and I was managed to get hold of him this morning, so we're gonna try to get some information from him and see kind of what his costs come out to, and see if it is that full
Give me an
amount.
address.
No. So, yeah, I'm in communication with him, and seemed like he was open to a release of the contract, but it's getting that price, I think, to where he would agree to it, so
Yeah.
that's
But
kind of
no.
that.
He seemed like a pretty decent guy and that, when we talked to him and that, but he just turned out bad, so. Okay,
Did we recently do some other work in there? Did we replace some boards or something in there?
we got some boards put in there, but I have a person that's willing to do,
Right.
paint it and put the boards on.
Okay,
Baker, Kyle Baker.
right,
That group.
right.
Did we? Oh, we're on parks now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I got something there too, so whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
We purchased, one of the programs that we had purchased some solar lights about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, for the basketball courts down at the highway park, and they need to be put up.
I told him.
Okay, just let him know.
He knows.
Okay,
Are they like garage door lights? Or what kind of,
Like,
are they like floodlights so that you can play in the dark?
there's solar
or-
lights that give you enough light that you can play for a couple hours. And,
Oh, yeah, that would be really nice.
yeah,
so,
of course I won't be there, but, that reminds me, we need to also remember that Marcus had a pretty good fire at his house. And
I
so,
didn't hear about that.
Yeah, he lost everything.
Oh, my God.
we may, as a council, want to, on unofficial business,
Absolutely.
start maybe a fund to help or finding out what he needs and gathering stuff together.
this,
I'd be glad to head that up if that's what we decide to do.
Yep. We can talk about this after.
that's gotta be afterwards. Okay. Clayton Dudley, his tree.
And the next thing is the gazebo.
Huh?
The next thing.
We
is-
can't talk about that right now.
Can't talk about that.
Because of the contract that's still
Contract
open.
going.
I wasn't aware of that, so that's my fault.
Sorry.
No,
I
my
thought you
fault.
Yeah, we
skipped
gotta
something.
skip right over that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you skipped something accidentally. Sorry.
Clayton Dudley's tree, and Chad said half and half.
Half's on ours, half's on his.
Yeah,
And he has moved the other tree
moved the other tree.
that was in that line.
Line, so. I think,
We just need a motion.
Make a motion to pay half of the $300 and some dollars.
It is $374.50.
Okay,
I'll make a motion. to
I'll
pay it.
second.
okay, all in favor? Annette?
No.
Ashley, nope,
No.
nope. Yes,
Aye,
okay,
yes.
so we got a tie,
That's your deciding vote.
okay? I say yes. Okay. Raises. The Personnel Committee met with Chad. And then after Chad left, we discussed about our wages rate. We decided on $1.50. And that puts him over just a hair over $20. I need a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
I'll second.
okay. Nikki,
Aye.
Aye.
Gail,
Yes.
and Ashley,
Yes.
and Annette,
Yes.
okay.
I think you have to abstain. Oh, yeah, as my brother.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I forgot.
It still passed.
I mean, what if she would've said no?
still,
Even if you said no, I still think you have to abstain, I'm sorry.
okay, Crystal Rice, we decided, met with her, decided we'd give her $1 raise. I need a motion.
I'll make
She's
this
worth
motion.
it, I'll make a
No.
motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Ashley made the motion, seconded by Gail.
Aye.
Nikki, Gail,
Yes.
Annette,
Yeah.
and Ashley.
Yes.
Park dome over there on the playground equipment. It's like $200 and some for replacing it. And
This is
Cost-
the
it
dome.
cost,
It would cost us about $100 to
just,
put just a flat piece of plexiglass up there.
but plexiglass would break easy.
And, yeah, as soon as it gets cold,
Yeah,
that's gonna make it easy for someone to kick it out.
Did we check to see if it was under warranty?
it wasn't.
It's not.
Okay, I'll
And-
make a motion.
Well, and I checked with Cindy, and I don't think we're replacing it with a dome. I think we're replacing it with a flat piece.
Yeah.
Why's that?
That's what they actually quoted her. So I went over and looked at it, and it's actually supposed to be a flat piece, because when you go up the stairs and you, okay, you go up the stairs and you turn this way, and you turn immediately and go down a slide. It was installed kind of backwards, so this side was supposed to be flat, and then if you turn the other way, it was supposed to have a bubble the other way. The other way had the dome on it, or has the flat piece, was supposed to have the dome on it.
Yeah,
So
Oh.
those two pieces just got switched,
Okay,
so they
So-
did quote her, so I stopped back and told her,
yeah,
and they did quote her for the flat piece. So
Okay.
it'll get replaced with the flat piece.
yeah, I'm all right with that.
okay.
I
need
made a
mo-
motion.
okay. Nikki made a motion,
I'll
seconded by
second.
Ashley. Annette,
Yes.
Ashley,
Yep.
Gail,
Yes.
Nikki. Okay. I need a motion to adjourn.
1 second, please.
Oh.
I just wanted to let everybody know that the camera thing is going great. So we just got a new camera and a new thingy on the middle. That's a microphone.
Oh, cute. I thought it was mold. It looked like one of those cactusy things.
That's actually for wind, so that,
Oh.
in case, anyways.
Sounds.
So I have not really advertised a lot for it besides just telling people I knew. So, as long as the setup goes good, then I will start advertising in the paper and maybe in the water bill, and try not this month, but next month to start doing the library board and try and get the community centers done and get that on board, cause I've heard very good things, so
Good.
Great.
that was it.
Okay.
Is there no open forum tonight?
Oh,
We
Well,
did skip over that.
flip
yeah,
that.
he did skip over
Skip
that.
to. You have something to say?
Okay, open forum, let's do it
Yeah.
now before we go
I
home.
have a comment about paying for Clayton's tree. I think by going ahead and doing it tonight and approving it tonight, I think that sets a new precedency on other people that have a tree that's half on and half not on the property. And we had 2 trees on our, front, on the west side, and they were bad. And we cut them down, and we were never reimbursed for them. And, there was another tree on the lots on the east side that was the town's, and we cut them down. We never asked for any money for it, to be reimbursed for it, but by setting a precedency of, you can just go ahead and cut down your own tree, and then claim that it's on town's property, whether if it's 1 foot on the property or 1 inch on the property. I think you're setting yourself up for a lot of people that's gonna come up and want it done too.
Got a
I
good
mean, I
answer.
could come back and say, hey, I have 3 trees, you need to pay me for 3 trees. The stumps are still there, the proof's there, but we did it ourselves. We never asked for it to be done. It was bad, we took them down. But if you have people that want to just take a tree down that maybe isn't all on their property, and then come back and say, hey, you did that for Clayton, I think you're gonna end up with a deal just like you did with Faulkner's putting up that fence, and then other people complaining about it, and then you had to just let that go with other people as well.
I think she's got a good point. And
Never thought of it like that.
the,
I just thought-
we do not have any standardized
Procedure.
distance between the center of the street and the sidewalk. Some of them are very narrow, some are very large. We also have streets without curbs that measuring
It's hard to do.
where the center of the street is not always accurate. So, I think that there's a good point to be made there. I think that's something that we should, as a council, look at coming up with some type of ordinance that will cover it.
Well, and there's some people that have put in new trees too that look like, I haven't measured or nothing, I'm not going to, but it looks like they're on your property. Now, I've been told Chad measured them and they're not, but again, it's a wide street, again, it has no curb, and it looks. And, you know, if I measure the middle of the street, that street, and measure mine, I got trees right to my back, almost to my back, that I could say, hey, you gotta cut it down.
I think that's another issue, is there's a lot of people that unless you're up here and know or have read our agendas, you wouldn't know if we added a new policy
Yeah.
that said,
We need to get those uploaded too.
hey, you
Has
just
to be
can't do
voted
it,
on.
so.
It would have-
I mean, what
I
would be
agree.
to stop me to go out and, I mean, obviously I know that you can't do it, but what be
Well,
it
and-
for somebody else to go and plant a tree, not thinking
Mm-hmm.
this is legal? Who would think that it would be illegal to plant a tree anywhere? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
Just-
point too, because I have, my property line is trees, and they're so wide that the property line goes through them. So if we would ever have an issue, it'd be,
Well, and then
If it's
how do
property
you
lines
decide
in the
whose
back,
tree that is?
what's that?
the property lines in your backyard?
No, between me and, my west.
Well, if it goes through it, then how do you decide whose tree is
No.
whose?
The
No,
two-
west of me is,
Oh,
I can't say their last name.
Madranos.
Thank you.
no, Jimmy.
What is it?
Madrano.
Oh, yeah, okay, the Catholic part.
Another thing
Do
to
you
consider
suggest-
is
I mean, we
there's a
could
lot
explore
of
an ordinance.
ordinances.
Pardon,
We could explore an ordinance potentially on
but
that.
what,
I mean, cause you got the issue of people planting trees, you got the issue of trees that are in existence planted under previous ordinances, you know, cause this was enacted, what, 2017 or something like
Yeah.
that, so. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how those trees get treated, you know, cause it'd be grandfathered in probably under the new ordinance, so. It'd be hard, I guess, to determine the liability there for the city. Unless you're counting tree rings or something, I don't think we're doing that. Yeah, so I guess,
So
well, yeah, we need to come up with
somebody
something moving forward, probably, either an
I'm out.
ordinance or a policy on how we adjudicate, I guess, the responsibility
but
there.
on Clayton's now, like we voted that we pay.
Mhm.
That, like I said, they said we open up a can of worms, because Lisa can come back and say, I
Well,
want to pay for
and-
my trees, and,
And she may not be the only one.
oh, and there could be a lot more people.
Right.
So
Once
maybe,
everybody hears it,
Us.
yeah, it's gonna get out.
But here's the issue that I think we're gonna run into, only because I've heard this. I don't care what we do either way. If we don't, I'm not saying we should, I'm not either way, but if we don't pay for his, Gibson's across the street planted a tree right on our line.
Right.
When we do have an ordinance, but like you said, they wouldn't know, but they do know because their daughter knew. Because of past, I'm not calling
No.
Dawn out, I'm just saying, so I feel like he's gonna raise a fuss if we don't help pay for that and then allow
Because he went
them.
and moved his tree.
That's
too.
all I'm saying, I mean, we're just, it's gonna be damned if you do and damned if you don't, so.
Okay, last
Right.
meeting that we had,
Either
Dawn
way.
was sitting next to me, and I said something to her, and she said, Chad went up there and he measured
it and
it,
said
made
it was
sure
okay.
it was on their property
Perfect.
before.
Okay, well,
So,
okay, I didn't know that,
Yeah,
I'm
that
just,
tree, that is,
Okay.
that is done.
that's great.
Well,
I
and
would-
another
I would
thing
go ahead and
too,
pay.
I don't know how many of you have read the ordinance book. I think I've read it like 20 times.
I know somebody that has.
And I know that my dad has read it like 50 times, because he got tired of listening to us at coffee group, okay? There's so many ordinances in there that have absolutely no sense being in there anymore.
Right.
We don't have a police officer, nor do we have any intentions, I'm assuming, to get a police officer.
It's time to update.
And I think that we have like 50 ordinances that involve having a police officer.
Yeah.
so can we, it's like I asked last meeting, why did he go ahead and cut the tree down? Well, it's dead, it's an ash, it causes damage, whatever the answer was. So if, and then, I mean, I guess I feel like if the tree is causing damage, it's urgent. If it's in the lines, it's urgent.
He could have come up and talked to you guys about it.
And I don't disagree with that, he
That's
should have
not
maybe,
desecrative, yeah.
that he maybe should have
Yes.
talked with someone. But then I feel like, what is the right thing to do if it's urgent? If it happened on a Saturday and there's no one to ask, I mean, he knows where someone lives.
But at the same time, he went and got a quote.
Oh,
So if you went and got a quote,
That takes time.
that takes time. I mean, that's not
so
an
it wasn't
instantaneous thing.
urgent.
Jerry, I have a question. Okay, so earlier, all the trees that needed to be taken down were marked, correct? Okay, and so was his tree marked to be taken down by the city?
No.
And if it wasn't marked, why wasn't it, if half of it was on the city property?
It wasn't marked.
Yeah, I don't know.
And so why do you back up something that if the tree wasn't designated by the city for the city to take down, then should be we covering it now? I mean, all the other ones were marked with an X, say these are in city property. How come it wasn't on city property then, now it's on city
Shouldn't he
property?
have come forward before he did it?
Well, probably.
Well, and that would be a question for Chad, I would assume, because he's the one that marked the
He's
trees.
the one that marked the trees, yeah.
And maybe he just didn't mark it because I mean, if it's half on and half off, if you go and look at the tree, it doesn't look like it's half on and half off. It
I don't-
looks
I
like
don't know
it's
where
not.
To measure, do they measure from the center of the street and then go up, and how many feet is that? What
I can't remember.
what ordinance says?
But the problem is, honey, Lori. It is a.
It's on
it has-
video.
It has no curb, and the wear and the repair on that street has been for years and years and years. And my hunch is that that street is not where it was platted.
It's very narrow.
Yeah.
So the center, I don't believe is still the center. I think that thing has moved.
Probably.
And it's the same thing with all. You can take a look at North Lincoln. Once the curb ends, that street narrows by about 3 feet on each side, and it goes and it bends about 2 feet to the east. It just does.
So you're just saying, who knows where the middle of the street is?
Yeah.
It's just like a river moves as it gets washed along.
And that's why I'm saying I believe if we don't deal with this ordinance, we will have problems. But we're just asking for problems until we can come up with a consistent way to tell where our property is and where it isn't. It's not necessarily outside of the sidewalk. It isn't. Because some sidewalks are probably 15 feet back from the road.
Well,
So can we
And
make
others
it-
are 5.
If you don't have a sidewalk, then you can't go by that either.
Yeah.
Because that's the case up there, there is no sidewalk.
And I don't think you can go with sidewalks at all,
Right,
because the sidewalks were not put in by the city.
right.
So then are we prepared to pay the people that come in after? I guess that's my next question.
What do you mean?
Come in after and say, well, I had these trees done, I want reimbursed for half of them, or all of them.
I don't know as we have the
No, is it-
money to pay for everybody's trees that come in to pay for after.
What do we do with this?
I think we need to come up with a policy or an ordinance
Yeah.
that addresses
What is
this
that?
big item. at the
That
next
addresses
We
meeting.
need to do a
Yeah.
different policy, but how can we get out of this
For tonight, like,
predicament
do
now
they
we're in?
revote?
You can do a
they-
motion to reconsider, I believe.
Motion to
I
reconsider?
assume that's what it is.
Is that what you guys are wanting to do?
I would say we don't need to open a can, and we need to have a procedure of some sort, whether it be, I don't care what it is, but it has to be whatever the code is, as well as,
Well, even if we need to make
It needs to be
something
across the board.
different. And it's gonna have to address whether or not
And it
it's
doesn't matter who
sidewalks
it
or
is,
not
it needs to
sidewalks,
cover
or curbs
the-
or not curbs, because,
right,
and I don't know how you have to do that with the state guidelines as well. Like, I don't know how all that
We
works.
should.
Well,
Within a municipality, I don't think we've got a problem, because the state
so how does
is
Jefferson?
subservient, or is below, in these cases,
But no,
municipal ordinances.
Okay,
Now, unless it violates the state
right,
code.
okay.
by like a extinct or something, whatever.
So maybe we can look at surrounding cities and see.
But we have to come up with a consistent way to
Just
measure
like-
that. And
there's no way you can do it consistently, because each street, like
Absolutely
Eagle
true.
Street's really narrow at the north end.
Yeah.
than like that. And up there by Don and his dad and parents, it's narrow.
Yeah,
Who- I
if,
mean-
if you take a look at Lincoln
And
and you take a look at Main, that's, the Main Street goes west
yeah,
about probably 3 to 4 feet, where Lincoln goes east.
Well,
2 to 3
small
feet.
towns are having trouble like that too, because like Shudan, it's the same place, there's a lot of them that don't have, sidewalks.
Yeah.
And they're in the same boat, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, sidewalk, you can't measure it with sidewalks, you just can't.
no, because
Now,
Uh,
that's
You'd
what
have
we've
to
always-
actually
I think-
use like a plat map, you'd have to actually use that and then measure it, that's the only way to do it. And you'd measure it by a certain feet.
I don't know what the answer is.
I don't know what the answer is either. Might take a,
But I don't wanna pay him and open up a bigger issue, I don't wanna do that.
You said-
Because we're just getting to a point where we're starting to take care of the other issues consistently.
sounds like what we
You
need
said
to
you
do
can do
is
a motion to
reconsider the
reconsider.
motion.
Yeah,
Make a
I'm
motion.
not seeing anything directly on that point, but I would assume
I'll make a
majority
motion
board
to
or unanimous
reconsider.
vote should be
okay,
sufficient.
need a second? Okay. Annette,
Yes. Yes.
Ashley,
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
okay, now
Now it's
let's,
back up for discussion.
yeah, now it's back up for discussion.
Well,
So you could table it.
Can I table?
let's table it.
I
Let's
would
table
table it
Table it.
until we can all maybe do some more research.
Okay, then
Or,
we had one more thing, easy.
oh yeah, easy like the last one.
Sorry.
no, I
I didn't tell you.
appreciate that, Lisa, really.
The website for Scranton needs to be updated badly.
Yep.
I've had 3 classmates send me notes and wanna know how come it's like way back in the 1700s.
Crystal was working on it, weren't you, Crystal?
I thought I had it updated.
I've had also several phone calls that when you pull up the website, it says website not secure, which is
I've
a
never seen that.
very big issue when you're paying bills online.
I pay my bills on it, I've never seen it.
Yes, I've never noticed
It comes up right as you,
And I paid
Yeah.
my
Is it
bill online.
HTTPS or just
But
HTTP?
there's a lot of things that go on in town
If you just
that
For the
other
URL.
people don't know about, and if they go to your website, they should be able to see all this stuff.
if you just click
you know.
on Scranton, Iowa,
I mean,
and you
I
click
mayor
on
and council's
the-
updated.
Library
Wait a
thing
minute.
and,
where you find
and
it.
the community center thing and all
Yeah,
of, none of
that's it.
that was on the.
So let's get back to the subject.
So
guys.
right
Okay.
here,
So we'll
I will
table,
work on it.
we'll
Table
table
it.
the discussion about
it
the
says
trees.
not secure.
Yeah.
If it's not secure,
We need to
you
make a
can
motion
have a
that we
lot of
table it.
issues
Do
when
you
trying to
vote on that or
pay
not?
your
So
bills.
you made a
Okay.
motion.
Not if we
Yeah.
table it.
Very easy.
Yeah, just table
Okay, I'll
it.
make a motion to table it. We don't need one, never mind.
No,
Let's
yeah.
table it.
Yeah, because
You all decide, yeah.
We'll table that,
What are we tabling?
the Clayton
tree.
issue.
I thought we were.
Now,
Discussion.
Did we rescind?
Why are we tabling this, I'm asking?
A motion to reconsider the last vote, we're tabling
The
it
which
until
one?
we can do more research
The tree.
You did a motion to reconsider, which then brings it back up.
to
and then
revote,
you just
To revote on it.
decided to.
To table it.
Table
gather
it?
more information.
That's where I'm not sure.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
confused about.
yeah.
Are you
Yes.
guys denying it, or are we just gonna table it for now?
We're denying the last vote to table
Well, I
it for
thought-
reconsider, no?
We have not.
I thought we were tabling it so that we could figure out
That's what
how
I'm trying
to
to figure out what we're doing.
properly,
Then we will need a motion to table.
right? Is that not what we're doing?
Yeah,
Properly figure
Well,
out how to
let's-
measure.
Oh, when I say reconsider, that means you guys are all changing your vote to deny the bid to pay them.
That's
So
what
that's
I
what I'm
said.
trying to figure out. If we're gonna table it,
I
that's
don't know
fine.
as you're denying it or not. I think that the issue was that we were trying to figure out how in the world to measure,
Right.
to figure out.
Correct, but also not to pay him and open up a bigger issue.
Not yet. You're tabling it.
Yes.
So you're
Table
not
it.
saying yes or
Yes,
no.
no.
You're just
Right.
tabling it until we can figure out the.
Rescinding
What's
the
it?
Perfect. I
prior.
need a motion for
Rescinding
that.
prior.
Yep, I'll
Motion.
make a motion, I'll second.
second.
Oh, wait
Okay.
a second, wait a second. Let's make sure that it's
Let's
worded
explicitly
correctly.
state the motion, yeah.
Huh?
Let's
We need to
explicitly state the
rescind
motion.
and then table the motion.
You already rescinded.
We already
The
rescinded.
motion to reconsider
Already
rescinded the
it.
prior.
So now we need to vote on tabling the motion.
Which I
Yes.
just motioned and.
He
Yes.
just
Of
made
the
it.
previous, okay.
She
Yes.
made the motion, second by Ashley. Okay, Annette,
Yes.
Ashley,
Yes.
Yes.
Gail, Nikki?
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. I was confused.
I also
Join the
think
club.
that, in our future meetings, we need to be thinking about going through the entire code and getting it updated.
I think that needs to be put on our next meeting, yes.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I think that's exactly
think
what-
part of the
But this
issue
is a
is-
big purchase.
Well,
Yeah,
Region,
this is an
I-
example.
I understand it's a big
Prepared by
purchase,
Region.
but it,
Region 12 wrote that one up.
it
Yeah.
needs
Is there
to
a
get
grant
done.
for that?
No,
Okay.
gonna cost you about 20,000,
Yeah.
give or take.
Jeez, oh Pete's.
Nothing's free anymore, kiddo.
Alright, well, I've never had
But
nothing
yes,
free,
it's a very,
Jerry.
and that's why I was advised
To not
to advise you guys just to keep it the same.
But the thing is, now it's
I
how many
100%
years old?
Right, well, you
4 or
gotta
5.
remember, I was just a baby out of the womb
Yeah.
when I was dealing
Right.
with this the first
But
time.
now you as a
Now I
baby
know a
doll.
little more and I understand.
Use a baby doll. We can
Yes.
go through baby doll
So
things.
yes, I wholeheartedly agree this needs to be updated, yes.
Yeah, I think that's something.
Okay,
Before you have another,
I will put that on the next.
Well, I'm just thinking, while we're all on here for another at least couple years.
You're talking about the city ordinance updating it,
Mhm.
and you're aware that the library ordinance cannot be updated
Okay.
unless you take a vote
Yeah.
of all the citizens.
Okay.
You can change the other ones, you can't change the library.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't
Anything-
change you.
Anything more on the
You can't
open
be-
forum? Anybody else got anything?
I think that was enough.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
okay, second,
I'll second.
okay, Ashley,
All in favor?
Yes.
okay,
Aye.
Annette,
Aye.
Nikki, okay, thank
You
you
want
all.
my opinion? Yes, please, we can go.
So,
Well, that was a shit show. Okay. What do you need from me? I sent those letters out yesterday.
The water.
November 8th would be 30 days.
Been one of those days.
Like 32 days. So
Better go stop that so then my mom can talk to you about personal things.
wait a minute, I got, Crystal's gonna be going to school next week.
Oh, yeah.
Here, going to school.
Classes, yeah.
Class,
Oh my
now,
gosh.
In Des Moines, as
Desmond has,
Brand new book bag, honey.
I need to pick out my school outfits.
Oh my gosh, like, you need
So
some
much to know.
sneakers.
Yeah.
A week or what?
I will leave Wednesday night because my first class is at 7 a.m. So I stay up there on Wednesday night and then
Make a Facebook post.
all day, yeah, I'm gonna put it on Facebook, I'm gonna put it on Scat.
Good. Then I don't get no phone calls.
Tomorrow. Yeah,
so, just letting you guys know.
and then Friday, I don't usually get back until about 3 o'clock, so. Yeah,
So Thursday and Friday.
So
I'll be
party
up
at
Thursday and
what
Friday,
hotel?
yep.
Put a note on the door.
Okay, so yeah, I sent Kale his letter certified also yesterday. And I did do a return, that way we know when he picks it up.
Awesome. He didn't get the last one though, did he, or did he pick it up? He did, but just late.
Yeah.
He picked up the last one really
About
late.
8:30
Yeah,
he
yeah.
contacted me.
It's
Yeah.
on this way.
Someone's calling.
Okay, yeah, we'll see what happens
Hello?
there.
I'm at
I
the-
guess
Can we go
get the
in?
insurance company.
Okay, so you want to abate, yeah, exactly.
I think, I mean,
Stop
looks like
right
we
here?
mowed. I,
He did, but yes, he had it.
I mean, we are ripe to go in and handle everything. If you didn't abate the weeds and the trees and stuff like that, I mean, that's still fine. The
That
junk,
was on the.
that was on the
Yeah.
The
original.
junk
Yeah.
and the weeds
Yeah.
and the trees.
That was in the letter.
Okay,
So, I mean-
let's make sure, I would like to see it on the agenda for next week about what are we gonna do to finish this project off, this abatement off. And like I said, I'd be glad to go in there and.
I told Jerry that too. I'll wear work clothes and
Okay.
shut the city hall down and go up there and move stuff. I mean, as far as any property that's on there, we aren't throwing away.
No,
We'll
we're just
put it up
gonna.
against his building, that way we can get to the
Shut the
weeds.
camera off so we can just.
And all that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, the ordinance is pretty specific on what is junk,
Well, you know,
so it's not just anything that looks like junk, it's
Right.
gotta be
We
something
don't
that's
plan on pitching
flammable, you know,
anything.
Yeah, nothing,
We're
nothing
gonna
gets
put it all
built.
up against his building so we can
fair.
get the weeds and grass.
You can argue a taking, but the damage is gonna be less.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean, you know, it was moved, maybe you could argue some
Yeah.
interference with that, but there's,
I think I.
the last time the damages were, it was the beast.
The
that
only
was in
thing
the
that would be
dumpster, yeah.
damaged are